The latest. Thank you for your love and support. I appreciate you all. The president of Ghana, John Dramani Mahama, visited his counterpart in Côte d'Ivoire, Alassane Ouattara, and Alassane Ouattara was so pleased to receive John Dramani Mahama, but I don't know the reason to which Ecowas can never move on. Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso decided to make it clear to these gentlemen club that they are not willing to be part of them, so they have to do away with them coming back into the bloc. So they went ahead to have a common passport, a common bank. Finally, recently, these people launched their flag to tell them that now they are sovereign and they don't want to have anything to do with them. But ECOWAS can never do without them. According to Alassane Ouattara, they think that John Dramani Mahama inviting Captain Ibrahim Traore to his inauguration and the kind of relationship that they have seen existing between Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso, they think that Ghana will be the best to bring back Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso into the gentleman club, as Julius Malema will always refer to them, because looking at how they came to John Dramani Mahama's inauguration and the kind of relationship they have, we saw Mali came to visit and they are thinking of strengthening cooperation, and Ghana is also thinking that, like John Dramani Mahama always say, when your neighbor's house is on fire, you try to help your neighbor quench it. So he has said boldly that he's ready to work with Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso. So they think that John Dramani Mahama will be the best person to bring back Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso into the ECOWAS bloc. So Alassane Ouattara is requesting that John Dramani Mahama should do his best, because he's not the only hope that they have. When Faye, the president of Senegal, was elected, they thought that he would be the best person to bring back Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso. So they made Faye the mediator to bring back Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso. But finally, things didn't work out well, because they saw that Faye was of the same age mate with them. He has the same common ideologies with them, singing of the songs of freedom, Pan-Africanism, and that was the same songs that Faye sang to his people, and they bought into the idea and voted Faye. But when Faye came and they used Faye, it didn't work out. So now John Dramani Mahama is the next target that ECOWAS is thinking of using to bring back Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso into the ECOWAS bloc. So Ouattara is saying that, oh, John Dramani Mahama, with the kind of relationship that you have with these people, now you are the only hope of ECOWAS. So we are trying to plead with you that please do your best to use your influence on these people to bring back Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso into the bloc, because we can't do without them.
Less than 4 months after his re-election as the head of Ghana, John Dramani Mahama chose Abidjan for his third official visit. In the Republic of Côte d'Ivoire, the Ghanaian president came to show his friendship towards President Ouattara. His host took advantage of this visit to discuss several current issues concerning the West African sub-region. The space on the Yaos has shrunk with the withdrawal of Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger. President Ouattara wants to rely on his Ghanaian counterpart for the return of these three countries to the AES. Within the Economic Community of West African States,
we trust you, Mr. President, so that during your discussions with these brotherly countries, you can convince them to remain in ECOWAS, because it concerns the future of the peoples of West Africa. And I would also like to make an appeal to the ARS countries to say that we are better off as 15 than as 3. So I truly hope that President Mahama's call can be heard by these three brotherly countries. Brothers, give two sounds from the neighbors of Côte d'Ivoire so that we can continue together within ECOWAS.
The Ghanaian president acknowledges that if the three countries have withdrawn from ECOWAS, it is because there are dysfunctions within the organization.
Unfortunately, Ghana has suffered some economic setbacks, but we're working hard to try and bring things back on track. We know that Ghana and Cote d'Ivoire's economy are some of the biggest economies in West Africa, and if the two countries do well, it impacts on the whole of the sub-region. We're happy to continue to cooperate with Cote d'Ivoire on the cocoa initiative because our two countries produce almost 80% of the total cocoa available in this world, and so it is good for us to maintain solidarity in both cocoa production and how we market the cocoa in the world so that we're able to create prosperity for our people. I want to add my words to yours in expressing concern about the happenings in our sub-region, especially with regards to our three sister countries. We faced challenges like this before. I remember when we worked together in Ecowas and we had the crisis in Burkina Faso. We were able to resolve it and help them to transition back to constitutional rule. I've come with a new mandate from the people of Ghana and maybe with a new face. So I was in the three countries and see how we can work with them so that they not only remain within our sub-region but also do the transition to constitutional democracy. Incidentally, I have a pending trip to the three countries, and so when I go, I'll mention my discussions with you and how concerned all of us are about the situation in their countries so that we can get an early resolution to the crisis that we're facing. We're prepared to help them to fight terrorism, because in Africa we all know that when your neighbor's house is on fire, you have to help him to quench it before it spreads into your own compound. And so we'll continue to stretch out a hand of friendship to the three sister countries so that we can continue to work together. God did not put us in this sub-region together for nothing. He put us for a purpose, and our people are the same. Our people straddle our borders, and we're one and the same people, and so there's no reason why we cannot work together. I've noted your concern.
It's like now that they have left, we are seeing a loophole. Currently, Togo is also singing the songs of leaving the Ecowas bloc and joining Mali, Niger, Burkina Faso. So if they don't do anything possible within their power to bring back these three people into the bloc, they will end up losing a lot of people from the Ecowas, and very soon Ecowas will collapse, as people are hoping that this organization will finally come to an end, because we are not seeing the use of it. It's only championing the agenda of the West. And John Mahama is saying that yes, these people just didn't leave the Ecowas bloc, but they saw a loophole. There are certain things that were not right in the bloc. That was why these people left, and they'll also do their best to see how best they can bring them back to constitutional rule, which is a democracy they always sit down to think about, without thinking about what impact has we, the citizens of this ECOWAS bloc, ever received from this system called democracy. What gain have we got? These leaders are not thinking about what ECOWAS has failed its people, what ECOWAS promised and couldn't do. The leaders in ECOWAS have never sat down for once to assess democracy, the impact of democracy. How far has democracy brought us? What have you achieved after practicing democracy for these number of decades? All we are thinking about is always bringing people to constitutional rule, and they are thinking of how to let them have elections in Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso to choose a leader. But we ask you, these people in Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso, the Sahel, the people have decided that these leaders should rule them for 5 years. So what is the difference between the one you queue to go and elect and somebody sits outside of Africa to decide the leader that will rule us, and this one that the people willingly came out and showed the whole world that these are the leaders they want them to lead? So is it because we didn't follow the model of Yolo Popo that's the reason to which we are saying that this isn't constitutional rule? What have we gained after electing the presidents in Africa? We always lose our mineral resources. And even after we've given you the mandate, when we are no longer pleased with you, the leaders that are ruling us, and we want you to step aside, do you step aside? So is this constitutional rule? Is it democracy? Democracy, you said, is the people. It's for the people, by the people. And now, democracy, is it for us? Democracy is only for the people on the day of elections. After that, the voices of the people are silenced. Look at William Ruto. We take Tinubu. Did Nigerians not come out to voice out that they don't want to have Tinubu as their president? And even Kenya, look at the lives that were lost. What did you do to William Ruto and what did you do to Tinubu? Ecowas, we ask you. Why can't you move ahead and leave Mali, Niger and Burkina Faso out of your lives? Why can't you emulate the things that they are doing to see how best you are going to change the region from oppression? These people have understood what oppression is and they are fighting oppression. They have taken total control over their mineral resources. Everything that has to do with them is now in their hands. And you still sit somewhere and you have a problem with people who have decided to fight for freedom, and all you think about is how they will come and join you in the block. Joining isn't what we are looking for. We are looking for leaders that will look out for the interests of the people and do everything possible in their power to make sure the lives of the people that they are ruling change. We can't have gold, diamond, bauxite, uranium on the soil of our land, yet we are still poor. That is what we don't understand. And Captain Ibrahim Traore made it clear to you that this our generation, we don't see the reason to which we have all the mineral resources, yet we are poor. We don't want to also keep moving to the west, dying on the Mediterranean Sea, going to other places where we will be treated badly. We want to remain in Africa and develop Africa. We don't want to be slaves in the modern way by using scholarships and other things to draw us out of Africa. We don't want you to go and be signing deals that will take us out of Africa to go and be developing the economies of people, and at the end of the day, when everything is successful, they tell us that Africans are no longer invited into these countries. They don't want to see us. They'll start expelling us as if we are nothing, restricting us from getting visas to enter into the same countries that we have built, like what is happening in the world currently. If truly you still have hope that these people are coming back, then you have to wake up. John Dramani Mahama can also help you. Using faith did not help you. It's not John Dramani Mahama that will help you. If John Dramani Mahama should try to do anything, you see the friction that will come. Because these people have decided that they don't want to belong to any organization that has the interest of the West at heart. Like Alassane Ouattara was the first person who was willing to wage war against Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso for the interest of France. And you are the same person calling them your brothers. If they were truly your brothers, will you team up with oppressor against your own brothers? We ask you, Ecowas. Tinubu was also ready. Ghana was also ready to send army to go and fight their brothers for fighting for freedom, fighting against oppression. How long should we continue to be oppressed? How many decades and how many centuries? So let's see how it's going to work. Whether John Dramani Mahama will be a best candidate to bring back Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso into the Ecowas time will tell. United we stand, divided we fall. And united we keep standing forever and ever. The greatest enemy of the African is mental slavery. So let's decolonize ourselves from mental slavery. Let's keep sharing and educating our brothers and sisters. Together we make Africa great for ourselves and the next generations that are going to come. So that's the latest around the world. In Africa, West Africa, and in Cote d'Ivoire.